Hey guys, welcome back. It's Joseph. Quick and simple gospel. Yeshua, Jesus, came to this earth, lived a perfect 33 years, was crucified on a cross for our sins, buried in a tomb for 3 days, and rose from the grave on the third day. We are saved through faith in Christ alone and by no other name. Amen. So, good afternoon, guys. Hope you're all doing well today. Got a new decode for you here about the Pope. Pope Leo XIV will be formally installed as Pope at Mass on May 18th, the Vatican says. So, I'm going to show you how this is all connected to Barack Obama, who I believe is the Antichrist. Should be a great show. And hello to Cleveland. Much love. Hope you're doing well. Hey Peggy. Hey Henry. Much love, everyone. Let me just check something real quick, make sure there's no delays. Hey Dungeon Keeper, how you doing? Just give me 1 second here. Alright, looks like there's no delays. That's great. Hey Anna, much love. We'll get started here in a second. Hold on, I'm frozen on my end. I'm not frozen on your end, am I? Okay, we should be good. Sorry about that. Hey Henry, hey I'm out. Hey Marcel, much love. Is the sound okay? Can you guys hear me okay? Guys, do me a favor. When you come in, please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. Helps out the algorithm and helps more people find the video. And also, please hit the share button. That way we can get this out to more people. Looks and sounds good. Alright, cool. Alright, we'll go ahead and get started. So first off, I want to give a shout out and a thank you to Jurassic Liars. He put out a video last night about this, letting us know that the Pope's official inauguration was going to be on May 18th. And I didn't know there was actually an official inauguration. I thought it was just over on May 8th when he was elected. But yes, there is an official inauguration, and it's going to be on May 18th. And it's a very interesting date. It just happens to be perfectly aligned with Barack Obama yet again, just like May 8th was. So, shout out to Jurassic Liars for giving me the heads up on that, because I had no clue. Alright guys, you ready? Here we go. Alright guys, just give me a second to get all set up. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Alright guys. Hey Mary, much love. Much love Todd and everybody in the chat. Alright guys. Here we go. Pope Leo XIV will be formally installed as Pope at a Mass on May 18th, the Vatican says. Pope Leo XIV's formal inauguration Mass is scheduled for May 18th, 2025 at 10 a.m. in St. Peter's Square. The Vatican announced the date shortly after his election. The inauguration is a public event marking the official beginning of his pontificate. Alright guys, so we're going to break this down all by the numbers using Gematria, which is simply letters as numerals. And once you learn the simple code of coding letters into numbers, you can see right through the scripted coded news every day. Alright guys, so huge connections with Obama here, just like May 8th had huge connections with Obama, which I'm going to recap the connections from May 8th with Obama. But May 18th is literally like the most perfect date for this guy to be formally installed as the Pope in connection to Obama. And here's why. The birthday of Pope Leo XIV is September 14th. He's going to be formally installed on May 18th. That means he's going to be formally installed as Pope 8 months and 4 days after his birthday. 8 months and 4 days, like 84, right? Well, Obama equals 84. And when was Obama born? Obama was born on 8/4, August 4th, right? So he's going to formally be installed as Pope 8 months, 4 days after his birthday for your 84. Obama equals 84. Obama born on 8/4. And also, Pope Leo is also 84 in Gematria. Hey, Decoding with Cody, much love, brother. Everybody in the chat, make sure you subscribe to Decoding with Cody. He puts out amazing work, one of the best decoders in the world. And also, you know, I'm on channel number 14, guys. Whenever I lose a channel, Cody is always awesome about letting people know where you can find the new channel. So if that ever happens, and I'm sure it'll happen again, because like I said, I'm on channel number 14 over the last 5 years. If anything ever happens to my channel, like, you know, last August, both my channels got deleted in the same week. And Cody did a great job letting people know where they could find the new channel. So you definitely want to subscribe to him for great decodes, but also, you know, where you can find me if anything happens. Okay. And also, you should not subscribe, but you can follow me on Facebook also if you have one. And if anything happens to the channel, I'll let people know there also. All right. So anyways, guys, sorry, I got a little off course there, but long story short, I'm showing the connection to Obama. All right. So he's going to be formally installed as Pope 8 months and 4 days after his birthday for your 84. Obama equals 84. Obama born on 8/4, and Pope Leo equals 84. All right. So how far is it going to be from Obama's birthday, which again is 8/4? Well, it just happens to be 9 months and 14 days after Obama's birthday. Well, that's pretty crazy because the birthday of Pope Leo is 9/14. How in the world? I mean, you can't make that up. From Pope Leo's birthday, it's going to be 8 months and 4 days. That's Obama's birthday. From Obama's birthday, it's going to be 9 months and 14 days. That's Pope Leo's birthday. It's a perfect puzzle. And that's only slide 2. All right? Isn't that remarkable? I mean, that's a very specific number. 9 months, 14 days. Like 9/14, September 14th, right? He's going to be formally installed as Pope exactly 41 weeks and 0 days after Obama's birthday. Pope Leo XIV equals 41. Isn't that interesting? Exactly 41 weeks after Obama's birthday, Pope Leo XIV equals 41. So he's going to be formally installed as the Pope 288 days after Obama's birthday. The Pope equals 288. It's going to be May 18th, 2025, a day that just happens to have 68 and 32 date numerology when Barack Obama equals 68 and 32. 5 plus 18 plus 20 plus 25 is 68, like Barack Obama, equals 68. 5 plus 18 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, 32, like Barack Obama, equals 32. When you write out May 18th, it equals 666. That's in reverse satanic. May 18th, the day he's formally going to be installed as Pope. May 18th equals 666. And remember, this guy was born in Chicago. Why does that matter? Well, that's where Barack Obama began his political career, in Chicago. He worked as a community organizer, lawyer, and lecturer in Chicago before starting his political career in '97. He served in the Illinois Senate before running for the U.S. Senate. And on top of that, interesting fact about Chicago, Chicago just happens to have the two zip codes, 60666 and 60606. I wonder if that's a coincidence. Barack Obama, who I believe is the Antichrist, and this new Pope, they both have strong connections to Chicago. And Chicago just happens to have those two zip codes, 60666 and 60606. That's the number of the beast. Just like May 18th equals 666. Chicago equals 35, like Satan equals 35. Catholic is also 35. Notice Pope Leo was born in the year 55. Satan equals 55. And he's going to be formally installed as Pope 10 days after he was elected as Pope. Satan is also 10. So Satan equals 10, 55, and 35, and they all factor in with Pope Leo. Cardinal Robert Prevost was elected as the new pontiff. Interesting that pontiff does have that 103 and 31 like Obama, 103, 31, and dragon. 103, 31, dragon, another name for Satan. And of course, Obama has huge connections to Satan. Number one, Luke 10:18, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Barack means lightning. Obama means the heights, so Barack Obama means lightning from the heights, like Luke 10:18. And so many connections with Obama in the 10:18 that we've documented over the years. But also, Obama's slogan, yes we can. When you listen to it backwards, you'll hear thank you Satan. Also, when Obama was running for president, when he announced that he was running for president, he was exactly 45 years, 6 months, and 6 days old. Strong's 4566 is Satan. All right? So yeah, big connections with Obama and Satan. Dragon, another name for Satan, and Obama equals dragon. Now, shout out to Derek from Gematrinator. I saw this in his decode, and I actually didn't have this in my first decode, so shout out to Derek. Make sure you check him out. But what he pointed out that I missed, when Pope Francis became the Pope, that was March 13th, 2013. See that here? Pope Francis became the Pope March 13th, 2013. And you see the birthday of Pope Leo, September 14th. So that means Pope Francis became the Pope 181 days after Pope Leo's birthday. So the next Pope, right? So long story short, Pope Francis became Pope 181 days after the birthday of Pope Leo. 181. Why does that matter? Obama's full name, Barack Hussein Obama II, 181, but also Barack Obama equals 181. He'll be formally installed as Pope 153 days from the birthday of Pope Francis. And that's interesting. That's a big number, 153. Antichrist Obama, 153. Jesuit Order, 153. Don't forget Barry Soetoro, 153. The Pet Goat, 153. That's the story they were reading in the classroom on 911. The Pet Goat equals 153. Guess what page The Pet Goat was located on Reading Mastery 2? It was on page 153, guys. And then that led to Heliofont making iPet Goat 2. Heliofont equals 153. And then remember when Heliofont took down iPet Goat 2 and they put it back up 153 days later? And don't forget iPet Goat 2 equals 666. And of course Obama is the one laughing, wearing the graduation cap in iPet Goat 2. Obama congratulates fellow Chicagoan on becoming Pope. Former U.S. President Barack Obama congratulated his fellow Chicagoan Robert Francis Prevost on Thursday on his historic election as the first Pope from the United States. Michelle and I send our congratulations to a fellow Chicagoan, His Holiness Pope Leo XIV, Obama said in a message on X. So Obama's already congratulated him. Now here's a little bit of the information we talked about on May 8th, but make sure you stick around to the end because I do have some more new information, some new slides. But anyways, the new Pope, Pope Leo, he was elected Pope on May 8th, right? Well, that was 277 days after Obama's birthday. Look at the full name of the new Pope. Robert Francis Prevost equals 277. And guys, do me a favor when you come in. Please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. But yeah, what are the odds? New Pope elected 277 days from Obama's birthday. Robert Francis Prevost, 277. And what are the odds his middle name would be Francis when he replaced Pope Francis, right? So look how perfect this lines up. Here's your new Pope, Robert Francis Prevost, elected 277 days after Obama's birthday. His full name 277. Look at the old Pope, Pope Francis, who died on April 21st, 2025. He died 105 days before Obama's birthday. His full name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 105. So, the death of the old Pope and the election of the new Pope connected perfectly to Obama. And then also, the Pope Francis, he died 7 months, 26 days before his birthday, 7/26. Like blood sacrifice, Revelation, Antichrist, they're all 7/26. And then Pope Francis also died 4 months and 4 days after his birthday for your 44. Obama was number 44. And the word kill equals 44 also. Shout out to Decoding with Cody on this one. On November 3rd, 2014, Pope Francis appointed Robert Prevost as the Apostolic Administrator of the Diocese of Chiclayo, Peru. And that was exactly 21,600 days after Pope Leo was born for your 216, which is 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. And Obama was born on the 216th day of the year. And Obama was born on August 4th, the day leaving 149 days left in the year. Notice Antichrist equals 149. Revelation is also 149. And the birthday of Pope Leo, September 14th, can be written 14/9, right? The 14th day of the 9th month. 14/9. 149, like Obama's birthday, the day leaving 149 days left in the year. Antichrist, 149. American Pope, 11664, like Barack Hussein Obama, 11664. Prevost, 115-74-38, like Lucifer, is 115-74-38. So Robert Prevost was ordained a priest on June 19th, 1982. That means he was elected as Pope 323 days from the anniversary of him being ordained a priest. Barack Hussein Obama equals 323, like Lucifer 323. And also another shout out to Derek from Gematria. I didn't have this in the first decode. Catholicism is also 323, so thank you to Derek for that also. The new Pope was elected 4,440 days after Pope Francis became the Pope. For your 444, like Prevost is 444, Masonic and Lucifer are 444. The conclave took place in the Sistine Chapel. Notice Sistine Chapel equals 666. Just like May 18th equals 666. That's when he's going to be formally installed as Pope. And then remember, the same day that Pope Francis died, April 21st, that's the same day that Klaus Schwab resigned as chair of the World Economic Forum. And that matters because Pope Francis and Klaus Schwab, they were born 66 weeks and 6 days apart. So isn't that interesting that he would step down on the same day the Pope died, and they were born 66 weeks and 6 days apart. So now we get into the Leo-Lion connection. So he chooses Leo, right? Leo equals 32 and 14, like Obama equals 32 and 14 in the same ciphers. And he's Leo the 14th, right? Like Leo equals 14 and Obama equals 14. But on top of that, Barack Obama is a Leo. What are the odds? Leo equals Obama, and Obama is a Leo. Wow. So here's the big connection with the bridge, the Francis Scott Key Bridge. And remember, when this happened back on March 26, 2024, we immediately connected it to Obama's movie Leave the World Behind, but also to the Pope. All right, because pontiff means bridge builder, and a whole bunch of other reasons, which I'm going to share right now. So here's the connection to Leo, because Leo means lion. Yes, the name Leo does mean lion. Okay? And what was the name of the ship in the movie? Remember, in Obama's movie Leave the World Behind, the cargo ship White Lion loses control, just like allegedly a cargo ship lost control and hit the bridge, right? Lost power. So, long story short, this is definitely top, this part right here with the bridge and the 128s, this is definitely top 3. Let's just say top 5. Top 5 decodes I've ever done, and not all the credit goes, first of all the credit goes to God, number one. No, I wouldn't know nothing if it wasn't for God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit. But also, this isn't all from me. All the other great decoders, make sure you check them all out. Cody, Adam the Illusion, Derek, Gematria, Jurassic, all the great decoders out there. Make sure you check them out. But yeah, this is one of the biggest decodes in history, in my opinion, because it's just so absolutely undeniable. So, the Francis Scott Key Bridge, it collapsed at 1:28 a.m. 1:28. All right. 1:28 a.m. the bridge collapsed. Well, it was the Francis Scott Key Bridge. The bridge collapsed 128 days before Francis Scott Key's birthday. Like, that already should make you question things, right? Well, on top of that, In Gematria, bridge collapse equals 128. Wow. The bridge collapse happened in Maryland, which equals 128. The name of the ship in Obama's movie was White Lion. Remember, Leo means lion, right? We had the white smoke, right? And anyways, when did he get elected new pope? He became the new pope on May 8th. That was the 128th day of the year, guys. Like white smoke, 128. Shout out to Cody for that part. And we're connecting this to Obama's movie, President Barack Obama, 128. Obama's movie came out on Netflix on December 8th. That's 12/8. That's 128. The movie is about the power grid going down. Power grid equals 128. The bridge also collapsed 128 days after Joe Biden's birthday, who was president at the time. Okay? On top of all that, not only did he become the new pope on the 128th day of the year with the white smoke 128, but shout out to Adam the Illusion for this part. He became the new pope May 8th, 12 years and 8 weeks after Pope Francis became the pope. How about that? I mean, wow. And remember, pontiff, like pope, it means bridge builder. So it's just undeniable. And then if you still aren't convinced about the 128 connection, here's Obama's movie Leave the World Behind, where the cargo ship White Lion, which equals 128, where it loses control. It loses control with 128 minutes left in the movie. And what if I told you 128 minutes into the movie, they show a bridge collapse? If that's not like top 5 decodes of all time, I don't know what is. But obviously, you know, Clade X and the 666 and COVID and all the 222s, that's always going to be my top 2 there. But yeah, the 128s, and then it, because I mean, it's undeniable. We connected it to the Pope when it happened. And then we get the new Pope on the 128th day of the year, 12 years, 8 weeks after Pope Francis became the Pope. It's just, it's crazy. And then Leo means lion. It was the white lion. It's just craziness. All right, let me move on from that. So Leo 192, Obama 192, Pope 192, Leave the World Behind 192. Remember, the movie ends in the Commodus bunker. Commodus died in the year 192. Isn't Great Tribulation also 192? There were so many 192s. There you go. There's another 192 for you. So Great Tribulation 192. Wait a minute. Oh no, I got it. Okay, sorry. Thought I was seeing things. All right. Leo 192. For a second, I didn't think I had Obama up there. Yeah, of course. That's the number 192. So yeah, Leo 192, Obama 192, Pope 192, Great Tribulation 192, Leave the World Behind 192. That's the movie that's connected to that bridge collapse. And the movie ends in the Commodus bunker. Commodus died in the year 192. So, if you don't think the new pope is connected to the bridge and Barack Obama, well, check this out. He was elected new pope May 8th. That was 408 days after the bridge collapse. Barack Obama equals 408 in Sumerian. You can't make it up, guys. He became the new pope 44 days from the anniversary of the bridge, like Obama number 44. But his name, Robert Prevost, is 193. That's the 44th prime number. And also, the bridge collapse was on March 26, 2024. That was 181 years after Francis Scott Key died. Baltimore Key Bridge is 181, like Obama's full name, Barack Hussein Obama II, 181, Barack Obama, 181. And let me see here. Here, let me go back to the 181 that Derek had that I didn't have in the first decode. Since we're talking about the 181, here it is. Remember, Pope Francis became Pope March 13th, 2013. That was 181 days from the birthday of Pope Leo, right? So there's that 181 again. And the bridge collapsed 181 years after Francis Scott Key died. Baltimore Key Bridge, 181, like Obama's full name, and Barack Obama, 181. The bridge collapse was also 163 days after the governor's birthday, and the bridge collapsed into the Patapsco River, which equals 163, like Barack Hussein Obama is 163. Patapsco River is also 64, like Barack Hussein Obama, 64, the Antichrist, 64. Isn't it interesting that Barack Hussein Obama equals the Antichrist and the same cipher? So the bridge collapsed on March 26, 2024, which was the 86th day of the year, and Pontiff equals 86. That matters because Pontiff means bridge builder or bridge maker, and we're connecting this to the bridge and the Pope, right? And look what Pope Leo said. Pope Leo XIV called on Catholics to live as missionaries during his first address since his election on Thursday. The Pope stressed that he hopes to be a builder of peace during his papacy. He asked Catholics to assist him in bringing peace to all peoples and participating in dialogue and building bridges. All right? So, right off the bat, he's talking about building bridges. Now, check this out. If you don't think the... now remember, this is the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Like Pope Francis, like the new Pope's middle name is Francis. So the bridge collapsed March 26, 2024. That was 266 days before Pope Francis's birthday. The Francis Scott Key Bridge equals 266. But guys, Pope Francis was the 266th Pope. Now go ahead and tell me that's a coincidence. With all the other connections to the popes, that bridge, the Francis Scott Key Bridge, collapsed 266 days before Pope Francis's birthday. The 266th Pope when the Francis Scott Key Bridge is 266. That's pretty undeniable. Baltimore, Maryland is where the bridge collapsed, 105, like Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 105. And let me go back to the 105 connection right here. Remember, Pope Francis died 105 days before Obama's birthday. And that bridge collapse was in Baltimore, Maryland, 105. Like Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 105. So we get the new Pope on 5/8. May 8th is 5/8, right? Well, we got the new Pope 58 weeks after that bridge collapse on a day with 58 date numerology. 5 plus 8 plus 20 plus 25 is 58. And guess what? Pope Leo XIV equals 58, and he replaced Pope Francis, which equals 58. First American Pope, 271, that's the 58th prime number. But don't even worry about that. Just look at the key points here. We're connecting this to the bridge collapse, right? I mean, what better number? 58 weeks after the bridge collapse? On 5/8, May 8th, 5/8. Don't even worry about the bridge part. What are the odds we get Pope Leo XIV, which equals 58, on 5/8 to replace Pope Francis 58? It's undeniable. But yep, 58 weeks after that bridge collapse, on a day with 58 date numerology, the date was 5/8, May 8th, Pope Leo XIV, 58, Pope Francis, 58. All right, now, here's some more new information. Remember, I said stick around to the end. I got some other new information. So these slides, these final slides here are not directly connected to Obama, but very interesting. I was today years old when I found out that Mass equals Pope in the same ciphers. I thought that was worth mentioning. Mass is 52 and 56, like Pope is 52 and 56 in the same ciphers. So I thought it was interesting when Pope Francis became the Pope. That was March 13th, 2013, right? March 13th, 2013. That was 185 days before the birthday of Pope Leo. Why does that matter? Well, Catholicism equals 185, and the date that he's going to be formally installed as the new Pope is going to be May 18th, which is a day that can be written 18/5. And shame on CBS. I forgot to change this part. Look, this is from CBS. They wrote Pope Leo the 16th. It should be XIV, not XVI. So don't blame me. Blame CBS for this typo on their part. But anyways, it doesn't matter at all. Right? So don't worry about that. But anyways, he's going to be formally installed as the new Pope May 18th, a date that can be written 18/5, the 18th day of the 5th month, right? Like Catholicism, 185, and Pope Francis became the Pope 185 days before the birthday of the guy who would replace him. So Pope Leo's birthday is September 14th. He's going to be formally installed as the new Pope May 18th. That's going to be 119 days before his birthday. Vatican equals 119. How about that? Pope Leo XIV will be formally installed as Pope at a Mass on May 18th. The Vatican says. Vatican, 119. It's going to happen 119 days before his birthday. And on top of that, it's going to be 246 days after his birthday. Catholic Church equals 246. And he is the head of the Catholic Church. I mean, wow. And that's not even connected to Obama. So if you want to disagree with me on the Obama part, that's okay. But you can't deny that, right? He's going to be formally installed 246 days after his birthday. Catholic Church 246. Alright guys, that is it. If anybody would like to support the channel, here's how you can do so. Any support, very much appreciated. This is my full-time job and I am not monetized by YouTube. Hey, look at that, 222, my favorite number. You know what, just for fun, I might give you guys for you new people, I might talk about 222 real quick. But anyways, if anybody wants to support, very much appreciated. Here, you guys want to hear some fun facts about 222 while we're on here? Over my break, I actually made a new list of 222s. It's pretty mind-blowing. Here, there's the front of the list, and here's the back. But here, I'll give you some 222s. All right, let's see. Real quick. Why does the number 222 matter? Antichrist system equals 222. As above, so below, 222. Order out of chaos, 222. The beast of Revelation, 222. The Antichrist Barack Obama equals 222. Remember, Obama tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday in the year 2022. Armageddon equals 222. Trump equals 222. Donald John Trump Sr. 222. Trump Organization 222. Beast 222. Hidden Codes 222. Wuhan CORONAVIRUS 222. Mandatory VACCIN ATION 222. COVID VACCINES 222. You know what? I'm not going to spell it out. Because that's just annoying, right? Wuhan coronavirus 222. Mandatory vaccination 222. COVID vaccines 222. Vaccine cards 222. Event 201 222. World Economic Forum 222. The first U.S. case of COVID was 222 days from Trump's birthday. It was declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11. Obama tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday. COVID was declared a national emergency 222 days from Obama's birthday. Trump just won the election 222 days from his birthday. Ivana Trump died 222 days from her birthday. Trump's sister died 222 days from her birthday. Trump announced the Stargate Project 222 days from his birthday. Trump bought a Tesla on March 11th, the anniversary of COVID being declared a pandemic, and he bought a Tesla to help the stock price. You know what the stock price was on the day he bought the Tesla? It was $222 a share. Then you remember there was a 222-page lawsuit against the Trump Organization, which equals 222, where Trump took the stand 222 days from his birthday. But just think about that. You guys know that's like mathematically impossible to be a coincidence. And the crazy thing is, I was seeing the number 222 everywhere in late 2019 before I ever heard of Gematria and before anyone ever heard of COVID or coronavirus. So I do believe God speaks through numbers, and 222 is not a bad number. Remember, there are no bad numbers. We're in a biblical matrix. That's what I like to call it. And I do look at it as a biblical matrix because we have the Bible, which tells us the end of the story, right? So we're like in a real-life Bible movie. We know the beginning and we know how it ends, and we're somewhere in the middle. So I don't call it a simulation or anything like that, but I do like to refer to life as a biblical matrix. That's what it feels like to me. But anyways, 222 is also a very good number. A lot of people, including myself, see the number 222, hence the channel name. The channel name was originally JosephAcquaviva2222, and after I lost my first channel, I said, okay, I'll just add another 2 to the end, like channel number 2. I didn't know I'd make like 14 channels, so anyways, it just stuck. But Strong's 2222 is life, for the record. But anyways, Daniel 2:22, he revealeth the deep and secret things. Acts 2:22 is the only verse with the 3 words miracle signs and wonders in the same verse. It's Acts 2:22. The first verse of the Bible, Genesis 1:1, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth, that equals 222. Strong's 222 is flame of God. Jesus, the Lion of Judah, equals 222. Key to the Apocalypse 222, Key to the Universe 222, You Must Be Born Again 222, Jesus is the Truth 222. And I got to add another one to the list here because I just remembered off the top of my head. I believe the Book of Life is also 222. The Book of Life 222. There you go. You want to be written in the Book of Life, right? But yeah, guys, going back to, how the Antichrist system has used the number 222, it is straight undeniable. Again, Antichrist system equals 222. All of these things equal 222. Antichrist system, the beast of Revelation, order out of chaos, the Antichrist Barack Obama, Armageddon, Trump, Donald John Trump Sr., Trump Organization, Beast, Wuhan coronavirus, mandatory vaccination, COVID vaccines, vaccine cards, Event 201, World Economic Forum. They all equal 222. The first U.S. case of COVID was 222 days from Trump's birthday, the father of the vaccine. And remember, don't forget, COVID was declared a pandemic March 11th, 2020. That was 666 days after the Clade X pandemic simulation. All right? But yeah, the first U.S. case was 222 days from Trump's birthday, declared a pandemic 222 months from 9/11. Then Obama tested positive 222 days from his birthday. COVID declared a national emergency 222 days from Obama's birthday. Trump just won the election 222 days from his birthday. Ivana Trump dead 222 days from her birthday. Trump's sister dead 222 days from her birthday. Stargate Project announced 222 days from Trump's birthday. And then there was that 222-page lawsuit against the Trump Organization, which equals 222, where he took the stand 222 days from his birthday. It's just undeniable stuff. But anyways, I saw the number 222 when I ended the decode, and I just felt like reading off that list for any new people. All right, quickly, for anyone who came in late, I'm not going to recap everything. I'm just going to skip over the stuff about the bridge and all that, because we already talked about that in the first decode. So today was like kind of a recap of that anyways. But I'm going to quickly recap the new slides for you if you came in late, and then we will wrap this up. All right. Hello to Patrick in the chat, and Sean, and the Branch, and Todd. Much love, everyone. And guys, please hit that like and the share. Very much appreciated. All right, I'm going to fly through this, okay? So Pope Leo will be formally installed on May 18th. How does this connect to Obama? Here, let me take a sip of water real quick. Okay. How does this date, May 18th, connect to Obama? Hey, Monique in the Netherlands, much love. Much love, Michael. So, May 18th, going to be 8 months, 4 days from Pope Leo's birthday. For your 84, Obama equals 84. Obama born on 8/4, Pope Leo equals 84. It's going to be 9 months and 14 days from Obama's birthday. 9/14 is the birthday of Pope Leo. Hey, Visionary Vet, much love. Everybody make sure you check out Visionary Vet. He's got a channel, and he found one of the coolest finds of all time. What was it? The Curse of the Island of Dr. Moreau, or the Curse of Dr. Moreau, this apocalyptic movie where at the end of the movie they're talking about some likeness to the image of the beast, and they literally show Obama's, not all at once, they show it in like different sections, but they show his eyes, his mouth, and his ears, and you can tell it's Obama. And this is like back in the 90s. So, anyways, I'll never forget that find by Visionary Vet. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I said, oh my goodness, that's crazy. But yeah, make sure you check out Visionary Vet. All right. So, May 18th, going to be 9 months, 14 days from Obama's birthday. That's the birthday of Pope Leo, 9/14. He's going to be formally installed as Pope 41 weeks from Obama's birthday. Pope Leo the 14th equals 41. And again, if you came in late, I gave a shout out at the beginning to Jurassic Liars, who let me know. Well, not me personally, but he made a video last night talking about the inauguration of the Pope on May 18th. I had no idea there was going to be an official inauguration. So thank you again. He's going to be installed as the Pope officially 288 days from Obama's birthday. The Pope equals 288. May 18th, 2025, going to be a day with 68 and 32 date numerology, like Barack Obama equals 68 and 32. May 18th, when you write it out, equals 666. That's the number of the beast, and he is from Chicago, which is where Obama's political career began, And look at the two zip codes in Chicago, 60666 and 60606. I don't think that's a coincidence. Chicago equals 35, like Satan, 35. Catholic is also 35. Pope Leo born in 55. Satan's also 55. And he's going to be formally installed as Pope 10 days after being elected as Pope, and Satan is also 10. Pontiff, 10331, like Obama, 10331. Dragon, 10331, another name for Satan. So, you know, I do believe Obama is the Antichrist, but, you know, nothing would surprise me in this crazy fallen world, right? So, if Obama was like playing the role of the Antichrist or playing the role of Satan, and, you know, the real Antichrist is Donald Trump, I wouldn't be surprised. All right. Remember, Trump announced re-election 666 days after his last full day in office. MAGA, the highest degree of the Church of Satan, and you know, the father of the vaccine, all that stuff. So, you know, my top two choices, obviously Barack Obama and Donald Trump. But if Obama's not the actual Antichrist, then he's like playing the role of the Antichrist or playing the role of Satan, or maybe our buddy Jurassic Liars is right, and Obama is just the capstone, the third wheel. You know, I don't know. I just know there's a lot of connections between Obama, Satan, Antichrist, Dragon, that whole thing. Remember when here, let's see if I can find it real quick. Remember when Eminem, let me find the Eminem connection with the 103. Here it is. Thank you, God. It didn't take me long to find this. This is one of the biggest confirmations, I think. So this was on, when was this? October 22nd, 2024. Eminem introduces Obama in Michigan. All right. So they were together in Michigan on October 22nd, 2024. Why does that matter? Well, in 2024, Eminem put out a song called Antichrist. Literally, the name of the song is Antichrist, okay? And this is the first part of the song. Marshall, he's the Antichrist. He will slice, and the devil came to Michigan. So the first part of the song says, the devil came to Michigan. Well, where were they? Where was Obama when he was with Eminem on the stage? They were in Michigan, guys, of all the states, right? The devil came to Michigan. So Eminem is with Obama in Michigan 103 days after the song Antichrist was released. Obama equals 103, Eminem 103, Dragon 103, all in the same cipher. Are you kidding? So Eminem 103 is with the Antichrist, Obama 103, 103 days after the song Antichrist was released, where the first part of the song says the devil came to Michigan, and this happened in Michigan. And that's after 4 years of telling people Obama was the Antichrist. Remember, I've made over 10,000 videos. Most of them have been about Obama. So, yeah, Barack Hussein Obama equals the Antichrist. Look, Eminem is 32, 103, 31. Dragon, 32, 103, 31. Obama, 32, 103, 31. Look at this. Marshall, his full name, or his first, middle, and last name, just like Obama's first, middle, last name. Marshall Bruce Mathers 323, like Barack Hussein Obama 323, Lucifer 323. Eminem equals Barack Obama. It was in Detroit, Michigan, at a Harris rally. Detroit 44, Michigan 44, Harris 44, Obama number 44. I mentioned this earlier. When Obama announced he was running for president, it was February 10th, 2007. He was exactly 45 years, 6 months, 6 days old. Strong's 4566, Satan. So, anyways. All right. Back to where we were. I saw the 103 and just wanted to bring that up. Pope Francis became the Pope March 13th, 2013. That was 181 days from the birthday of Pope Leo. Barack Hussein Obama II, 181. Hey, there's Jurassic Liars in the chat. Much love, brother. Long time no see. Everybody make sure you subscribe to Jurassic Liars in the chat. And he puts out a lot of content. Way more than me. I don't know how you do it, man. You're a machine. But yeah, good to see you, man. I was on a bit of a break for a while, as you know, but I'm back now, getting back into the groove. So, good to see you, man. And I'll be in the chat on whenever you do a video tonight. I'll probably be in there. But yeah, make sure you check him out. All right. Pope Francis. And this information here I got from Derek from Gematria. Make sure you check him out. He's the guy that built the calculator that we all use. And yeah, he pointed this out. Pope Francis became Pope 181 days from the birthday of Pope Leo. Barack Hussein Obama II, 181. Barack Obama, 181. And he's going to be formally installed May 18th. That's going to be 153 days from Pope Francis' birthday. Antichrist Obama 153, Jesuit Order 153, the Illuminati 153, Barry Soetoro 153, The Pet Goat 153, which was located on page 153 of Reading Mastery 2, Heliofont 153. They took down... Yeah, Garo says, I don't have wife or kids. Yeah, that'll keep you busy for sure. A wife and 4 children. Yep. If you don't know, I got 4 kids, ages 3, 5, 7, and 10. So we're very busy around here. But yeah, 153, that big number. And then Obama congratulates fellow Chicagoan. So he already congratulated the Pope, and he was elected May 8th. That was 277 days from Obama's birthday. The full name of the new Pope, Robert Francis Prevost. 277. Good one, Garo. Good one. And the old Pope, Pope Francis, died 105 days before Obama's birthday. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 105. Right, did I say that correctly? Pope Francis died April 21st, 2025. That was 105 days before Obama's birthday. His full name, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 105. All right, this is some of the older information. I don't need to recap all this again. Leo, 32-14, like Obama, 32 and 14. Obama is a Leo. Leo means lion. And if you want all the bridge connections, you'll have to go back. It's just too much to recap it all. But yeah, long story short, the bridge collapse that was hit by the cargo ship, we connected that way back when to Obama's movie and the Pope. And the big number, 128, White Lion, 128. The bridge collapse is at 128, 128 days from Francis Scott Key's birthday. Bridge collapse equals 128. And we got the new Pope on the 128th day of the year with the white smoke, and it was 12 years and 8 weeks from when Pope Francis became the Pope. So make sure you go back if you came in late. And yeah, we got the new Pope 408 days after that bridge collapse. Barack Obama, 408. It was the Francis Scott Key Bridge, which equals 266, and it collapsed 266 days before Pope Francis's birthday, the 266th Pope. That's pretty wild. And then we got the new Pope on 5/8, 58 weeks after that bridge collapse, on a day with 58 date numerology, when Pope Leo XIV is 58 and Pope Francis is 58 on 5/8. I mean, wow. And then I'll mention these two again. He's going to be formally installed as Pope 119 days before his birthday. Vatican is 119. And it's going to be 246 days after his birthday, which is very fitting because Catholic Church equals 246. All right, guys. That is it. Let me turn this thing around. The branch says, did you do 9/14 to 5/18, 8 months and 4 days? Yep, that was actually the first slide. Let me show you. See, from Pope Leo's birthday, 9/14 to May 18th, 8 months and 4 days. Like Obama equals 84, Obama born on 8/4, and Pope Leo is also 84. And then on top of that, it's 9 months and 14 days from Obama's birthday. 9/14 is the birthday of Pope Leo. So it's like a perfect puzzle. All right. Much love to Todd, Visionary Vet, Henry, The Branch, Michael, Bones, Adam Lastman, good to see ya. Jesus Christ My King, much love. Hey Vendetta, much love to Jurassic Liars, make sure you check him out. Hey Teddy. Hey Aware and Awake. Hey Annie. Hey Michael. Hey Angela. Make sure you check out Visionary Vet. And of course, Decoding with Cody, Adam the Illusion, Derek from Gematrinator. Hey Betty. Hey Chrissy. Alright, sorry if I missed anyone, but hope you guys are doing well. Hey Birdie B. Thank you, Gem Bearer. God bless you also, and everybody in the chat. God bless you all. Alright guys, that's what I got. I'm actually surprised I went longer in this video than I did in the first one. But that's okay. Alright guys, I think I got all the information out there that I wanted to share. Again, thank you to Jurassic for the heads up. I found this information last night at 2 a.m. I was about ready to go to bed. I was already working on something else. Some potential news for next week I was looking into. But I saw Garo put out a video, and he said he had no clue either, so I don't feel too bad. But yeah, he said the Pope's official inauguration going to be May 18th. I said, oh man. And I sat there for an hour putting it together, half of it. So I worked, well, about an hour and a half. I worked on it from like 2 to like 3:15 in the morning. And anyways, finished putting it together this morning and went live with it. So Thank you, Visionary Vet. Thank you, Ken. Hey, Jenna loves Jesus. Much love. All right, guys. I'm going to leave it there. We'll see what happens in the coming days. I'm sure there'll be some kind of news to talk about. But anyways, that's what I got for you for now. So thank you guys for being here today. Thank you for being part of the channel. Love you guys, and hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Please do me a favor on the way out. Please hit the like and the share. Very much appreciated. And as always, keep looking up. We are living in the biblical end of days. Jesus is coming very soon. I can't wait. And I'll see you guys on the next video. God bless.